We wish you all the best and hope you keep on giving ideas to the new committee which is coming, the president and her team. And at the same time, we wish the best to Diya and her whole committee and the incoming vice president. And we all look forward to interesting events ahead, keeping the aims of the LSG in mind. I also would like, on behalf of the governing body and all of us, to welcome the new committee and also Anuradha Kanoria, who has joined the governing body. I have to say that the pandemic and how it has changed the world, and then LSG is trying, like every other organization, to place itself in the new ways of functioning with the new technology and the new environment which we are facing. And to add to this, we have just had the terrible cyclone. Hope all the members and their families were safe and are well. And please take care, all of you. We understand that many of our members too will have problems with the new digital environment. But hopefully things will work out and we will be able in the near future to go back to our old system of programs. We all pray for the days to pass, and hopefully in the future we'll all get together as we did before. I just have a few points here. LSG, like in earlier times, would like to reach out to the people affected by the cyclone and the pandemic. However, we will not be collecting donations from our members. We do not see a lot of expenses to be incurred in holding the events at the moment via video conference platforms for the time being. Therefore, we would like to study how we can donate some amount from the member subscription fees on their behalf towards a worthy cause. All details would be shared with the members. Once the governing body and the new president and her committee, we get together, we will work on this and hope that we can be helpful in doing something on behalf of the Ladies Study Group. Under these circumstances, we could not have our usual annual general meeting, which normally we have in sometime in April. And because of the lockdown, our accounts and nothing could be worked out in time. So now, as things are progressing and all the membership subscriptions also will be coming in a couple of months, we'll be able to have the accounts ready, and then we shall go ahead at the AGM as in it when everything is ready. Now, I would like to hand over to Mitali. Please start the today's proceedings. And we want to hear Iti first, give her account, and then carry on with the program. Iti, nice to see your face.
Nice to see you also. It's been 3 months.
Yes, I know. Everybody is just being locked in.
Yes, it's been a difficult time. Thank you for your speech, Sumangaji. That was very inspiring. Thank you for your words of praise and also the way forward. Looking back at 2019, can we share with you all a glimpse of the events of the year and relive some of the enjoyable moments that we had all shared? Good afternoon, everyone. It is with great pride and a deep sense of gratitude that I finish my term of leading LSG through another year. Lady Study Group has over the last 50 years and more achieved so much, and we have heard and learned from so many exceptional men and women. So it is a daunting task to be at the helm and envision the talks and events of the year ahead. But the challenge is a means of exploring one's best capabilities, and the experience is hugely exciting and learning. The decision-making and leading this wonderful forum was a learning experience, and this alone was memorable for me. Personally, during this year, I met and interacted with such exceptional personalities and achievers like Shri Kumar Mangalam Birla, Kishore Biyani, Mr. Saurav Ganguly, Mrs. Zareen Daruwala. All with their busy schedules gave us their knowledge and time without hesitation. The annual award function with Shri Pranab Mukherjee was a daunting task, and I'm really grateful Shri Mukherjee kept his promise and came to Calcutta to present the award. The trip to Uzbekistan was not only exploring an ancient country and culture, but the warmth and hospitality of the women's forums that we met overwhelmed us. Our group laughed, learned, and helped each other, especially when we returned home to another cyclone in Calcutta. I could not have achieved this without the support of the ladies of the governing body and the huge help of the Vice President and the girls of the committee. They were truly the wind beneath my wings. Teamwork is a secret to doing great things, and that is the strength of Lady Study Group. The members have always been supportive and encouraging, and that is a huge motivator. Thank you, Mitali and Sangeeta, for ironing out administration problems and all the last-minute glitches that happens always, I guess. I must thank my family for bearing with me during this busy time, and dear friends who have all advised and supported me. It is with great satisfaction that I thank you all for this wonderful opportunity and to share with you my motto of energize, endeavor, and enrich ourselves. I believe that sharing each other's success stories always makes us stronger women. Unexpectedly, and without any warning, the specter of the pandemic COVID-19 has affected our lives and the future of our world. There is no doubt that our lives have gone through a radical change, and we have to accept the messages and move on to safer lives. As we look forward to better times, and we pledge LSG to doing whatever we can to support the recovery of the suffering and the underprivileged society. My year came to an abrupt close, and we could not have a March event. So like Sumanglaji said, from the funds of 2019, I wish to pledge a substantial amount to the Amplan Cyclone Recovery Course, and we will do this in the months ahead. I look forward to the support of the strong achievers of Lady Study Group in this course. I finished my year by doing LSG's first webinar talk with our members. It was an unexplored territory for us also, which was enthusiastically received by many of you, and Mr. Sunny Deol was very efficient. It will be a new virtual reality for the future months ahead, and I'm sure you will all enjoy the new experience under your new president and the committee. We have a brave new world for us and our children to live in and accept the lessons that nature has given us. Wishing you all better times ahead, and may LSG thrive and dream bigger. And thank you again for all your positive support. Over to Mitali.
I would like to announce the names of the new committee for 2020. We have Diya Jaiswal as the president, Mrs. Shumita Roy as vice president, Mrs. Iti Dasgupta, the immediate past president, Mrs. Bhavna Agarwal, Mrs. Mini Juneja, Mrs. Richa Agarwal, Mrs. Ritu Almal, Mrs. Shraddha Jhunjhunwala, Mrs. Shruti Bagrodia, and Mrs. Sucheta Mer. We have Mrs. Inu Bala and Mrs. Sarika Todi being inducted into the executive committee this year. For the subcommittee, we have Mrs. Gayatri Bhartiya, Dr. Rupali Basu, Mrs. Shuchi Rajgaria. Mrs. Shweta Kapoor and Mrs. Shrila Mitra have been asked to join the subcommittee from the working committee this year. I would now like to request Iti to take over from me, please.
I would like to congratulate Diya Jaiswal, President 2020, and Vice President Shumita Roy for taking over the baton of leadership of Lady Study Group. I wish them all success and look forward to greater achievements in this year ahead. Thank you so much. Over to you, Diya.
Good evening, all, and thank you, Iti, for that amazing recap of a wonderful year gone by. And congratulations for such a successful term. And thank you, Sumangala ji, for your inspiring words. I'm excited to notice that we both have the same painting in our background today. I would like to begin with a small anecdote, if I may. Purnima Datta was the president of LSG some years back. She's also my dear school friend's mother. When she was halfway through her term, she called me one morning saying she needed some help and asked me to come that afternoon to meet her at the Calcutta Club. Needless to say, when a friend's mother calls, one will drop everything else and be there for them. And that's exactly what I did too. And that was the day that she asked me to join her LSG committee. And thus began my LSG journey. And little did I realize at that time how that one phone call and the subsequent meeting would enrich my life and bring me to this role today. And for that, I'm ever grateful to you, Purnima Auntie. I know you're watching and probably shaking your head in embarrassment. The privilege and the honor that the past few years have given me of working with the very best, the governing body, the advisory body, the past presidents, the current committee, and the cross-section of speakers from different walks of life has been an unparalleled one. And in some ways, I've been like a sponge, and I've learned something new from each and every interaction, whether it was a life skill or a life lesson. And the most important life lesson that I have learned today is to believe in myself and in the philosophy that I can and I will. And it is with the same belief and faith that I humbly accept this responsibility to be president of the Ladies Study Group. As some of you know, in my personal space, I'm a practicing life coach. My main mantra to my clients has always been to never look at a situation as a problem. Instead, to look at it as a challenge and find the inner resilience to surpass it. And today, I've become my own best client. When this pandemic and lockdown happened, I was so disappointed at not being able to put the many plans I had thought of into action. But then I followed my own mantra, regrouped my thoughts, refocused myself, And now I'm ready with the boundless more plans for all of you, and with the guidance of my elders and my seniors, and my more than capable committee. I will do my best to make the hardest times into the greatest ones. To quote Maya Angelou, people will forget what you said and people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. And I promise today to do my best to make each and every one of you feel special in these unprecedented times. I think in many ways, you and me are writing history together. The time period before March 2020 will soon be referred to as BC or before Corona. And the times ahead are going to be called AC or after Corona. And therefore, my theme for this term is called Embracing the New Normal, as only when we accept the period of crisis and transition can we look ahead at the emerging opportunities it provides us to reshape our thinking and embrace what lies ahead. In the words of George Santayana, we must welcome the future, remembering that soon it will be the past. And we must respect the past, remembering that it was once all that was humanly possible. So here's to embracing the new normal together. I would also now like to personally introduce my committee through a short video. These are my Iron Ladies, or to put it very simply, Mera Sahara. This spectacular group of women, my incredible Vice President, Ms. Sumita Roy, and I are committed to our goal of doing our very best to fill your calendar with events, interactive workshops, and social initiatives. We will begin our sessions with the webinar format, as the safety and health of our speakers, members, and the overall community is our topmost priority. While the webinar format will not have the physical element of interaction that we had earlier, it will allow for a different type of interaction, perhaps even more engagement and higher levels of attendance. I truly believe that this webinar format is a genuine advantage to reach so many more of you members who perhaps in the before Corona times might have missed some of our events because of travel or time constraints. But now, instead of us being in a secluded and restricted venue, whether it was a hotel or an auditorium, this is going to be so much easier. We are coming to you while you are in the comfort of your own homes and your drawing rooms. And the added bonus in this format is that other members of your family can also enjoy watching our sessions with you if they so desire. So there are truly many pluses. These opportunities are truly like sunrises, and let's together celebrate this feeling of togetherness that the digital platform is going to provide us all. I'm delighted to announce that my first event for you is on Thursday, the 11th of June at 4 p.m. We will have with us the maverick writer, director, and producer, Mr. Mahesh Bhatt, along with the very, very talented Jishu Sengupta, who has been breaking new boundaries in his own field. Both of them have recently worked together in Sadak 2, during which they struck a rare chord of the heart. They will be sharing the dynamics of their unique relationship with us. Mark your calendars for this exciting session. Our Executive Secretary, Ms. Mitali Chatterjee, who is truly the backbone of LSG and mine too, and the super efficient Sangeeta Biswas will be sending you more details shortly. The biggest challenge that we are all facing today is perhaps the absence of personal interaction, something we had all taken for granted. At LSG, our members have always been our first VIPs, and we have made a lot of effort to involve our members in our annual interactive members event. And I know that this was a day that all our members would look forward to every year. In this new normal, however, most of us are going to lead restricted lives over the next few months. Therefore, we need to innovate and keep our connections thriving and our spirits growing together. Let me begin with sharing my initiatives again for this year. The absence of personal interaction, something we had all taken for granted. At LSG, like I said, our members have always been our first VIPs, and we have made a lot of effort to involve our members in the annual interactive members program. And I know that this was a day all our members look forward to every year. In the new normal, however, most of us are going to lead restricted lives over the next few months. And having this experience of being together sounds very distant. Therefore, we need to innovate to keep our connections thriving and our spirits growing together. As the business magnate Andrew Carnegie has said, there is little success if there is no laughter. So in the coming months, in addition to our regular programs, I am launching LSG Plus. LSG Plus is exclusively for our members. It is all about you. In this, we will have 2 separate forums, both of which will have many continuous events throughout the year. These have been carefully structured with the intent to include each and every one of you and make sure that there is laughter and good cheer in these terms. The first one is the LSG Plus Happiness Forum. In this, we are going to bring you entertaining and interactive workshops and sessions where each one of you can participate from your own homes. The idea is to have some fun and recreation while learning something new. The first event in this series is centered around music and will be at the end of this month, and we are going to share details soon. So please get ready for a lyrical adventure together. The second forum is the LSG Plus Share Your Skill Forum. At LSG, we are so proud of our members and their individual achievements, and we are well aware that there is a huge treasure trove of talent amongst our own members. Amidst lockdown and isolation, we felt this was a unique and exciting format, which should be the perfect opportunity to bridge the social distancing while maintaining physical distancing. Through the LSG Plus Share Your Skills Forum, we will provide members from the same industry a platform to come together and brainstorm on altered work operations and debate the way forward in the current economic crisis. The first talent pool we are going to explore for our members are those who work in the field of sustainable fashion. If this is your area of expertise, please do contact Sucheta Mair and Shraddha Junjunwala from our committee, who are going to be spearheading the first session in July. So to reiterate, if you are in sustainable fashion, do connect with us. As we all know, Kolkata has been devastated by 2 calamities in 2020. We were battling the coronavirus, and now we are fighting to survive the ravages of Cyclone Amphan. It's a lot for our beautiful city of joy. While I'm sure each one of us is doing what we can to help others in this crisis, as Iti has mentioned, we at LSG are shortly going to announce how we can all join hands to add to the ongoing relief and rebuilding efforts that our state is committed to achieving. I would once again like to thank my governing body for the trust they have reposed in me to lead this organization in the new normal. And instead of the often used phrase, behind every successful individual, I would instead rephrase it and say, beside every committed individual is the family. And I would be incomplete without mine, who are my anchors, my biggest cheerleaders, and my strongest critics. They're all watching me today, and I thank each and every single one of them for encouraging me to fly. And most importantly, I want to thank you, my members, and please feel free to reach out to me with any ideas and thoughts you have as we embark on this new journey together. I'm sorry about that network issue that I had, but thank you all once again. Stay safe, stay indoors, and see you on the 11th of June at the webinar. Namaste.
Thank you everyone for joining today. We look forward to seeing you again next week, Thursday. I'll be sending all the details and the Zoom link soon. Thanks everyone.